oh, I go to church on Sunday, or I read the Bible, and I'm a Christian. And are you really a Christian? Yesterday I had a discussion with one of my colleagues. He's a Muslim, and he was asking me, but I'm living kind of a strange life. He doesn't understand really. And I tried to explain to him that 99.99% almost of Christians don't really understand Christianity.
Okay.
And now Muslims in every eye, is that how Christians live? They just live the way they want, and they think everything is fine. Oh, I go to church on Sunday, or I read the Bible, and I'm a Christian. And are you really a Christian? And I try to explain him, what really a Christian is. If you guys can really understand what it is to be a Christian, right? It's so different than what you are used to. Because, and I try to explain to him, if you call yourself a Christian, it means, the word Christian means to be like Christ. So for me to be a person calling myself a Christian, when people look at me, hey, but this is a real Christian, I can see Christ in this guy. The way he lives, the way he talks, the way whatever, it's something else, it's something different. So I try to explain to him that this thing, or this religion that I came across, right? It sets me apart from the rest of the world, right? The rest of the Christians, because people think, okay, I go to church, I believe in Jesus, I'm going to heaven. This is not what the Bible says, right? And you get used to, because you get pushed into a way and think, no, it's okay, the way, it's okay, just say that you are a Christian. And many times I ask people, in a Uber, what would you say, what is the requirements to be a Christian? What must I do? If I'm not a Christian, what will you tell me? You see, and most of the times the guys tell me, well, if you keep the commandments, then you will go to heaven, But is that the requirements? Because there's a situation in the Bible, the rich young ruler, the Bible calls it. It was this young guy. He was very rich, and the Bible said Jesus loved that guy, right? And he came to Jesus. He said, Jesus, what must I do to inherit heaven? What does Jesus tell him? He says, go keep the commandments. Exactly that. He says, but that I'm doing since I was born. I'm keeping all the commandments. What else must I do? Then Jesus tells him something very special. He says, okay, go and sell all your goods. Give it away. Come and follow me. Now that was one thing that guy couldn't do. Although he kept all the commandments, there was something missing in his life. He couldn't get rid of his life, because he had houses, he had everything. Now I must keep everything away and follow this guy and sleep under trees and sleep in the field. And he couldn't do that. You know what? Not long after that, he passed away. He opened his eyes in hell. He was begging for water. And he might have thought, why didn't I listen? You see, now this is where the thing comes in. To me, even if you look at Abraham, when God called Abraham, he says, Abraham, I'm calling you for an inheritance. I'm giving you a land, but you must go and possess it. But in order for you to possess it, you must separate yourself from your family, from everything. Come apart. Leave everything behind. And now if you read the Bible, you will see that although Abraham went on that journey, he took his father and he took Lot. And in all the time those two guys was with him, God never appeared to him once. His father died, and then eventually he and Lot separated. When he separated, then God told him, Abraham, now look around you. The promise is all yours. When that separation happened. Now that is something as we as Christians we don't want to do, because we don't want to separate. We don't understand separation. What is separation? If you go and read in Genesis, everything started in Genesis. Many times we read Genesis, that was the beginning and that's it. There's nothing much to it. No, go and read it. You will see that when God says in the beginning, God created heavens. He created the heavens and the earth, and He created light. What was that light? If you go read further, God only created the sun and the moon on the third day. So what was that light? What was that darkness before that was this darkness? God made that light to make separation between light and darkness. So the beginning, God started with separating good and bad. So now we come as Christians, we don't want to separate. The Bible says, don't be like the world. Now, who is the world? What is the world doing that you must not do what they do? You must not look how they look. You must not talk how they talk. Who is the world? And nobody can tell me.
Wow. Mr. Hentie, if I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So far, I believe you have a lot of experience when it comes to this Christianity, the Bible, and then the religion as well.
Yeah.
There are people, or let's say Africans, are saying that Christianity in Africa is our biggest mistake. Is what is making Africa not to grow. And what do you have to say about that? Thanks so much for watching this episode. Please subscribe to watch the next episode.